because it's not good everywhere in baseball.
Yeah, the Astros. I mean, I saw this with Blake Snell. Are they going to like maybe sign this guy?
They're talking. Why? Houston's got 5 pitchers that are hurt. We are now 10 days out of the start of the baseball season. Verlander will not be ready to start the season. They put Jose Urquidy, the left-hander, on the DL today with a forearm. Now they're talking he may need surgery. There is no Lance McCullers. JP France has been slow to come back from shoulder issues. Luis Garcia is not ready. He'll be on the DL. They've really been decimated here. And like I say, they're looking. They're talking to Snell, talking to Scott Boras. They've reopened. And the package, I was told that they offered 3 years, 96, which gets Scott Boras where he wants, top average for pitcher. So 3 years, 96. But like anything else with Scott Boras, I make you my best offer. He takes my best offer, turns it around, throws it back at me and said, but you got to add this on.
Yeah.
He wants the opt-outs, to which Jim Crane, Houston owner, says no. Because where Houston is in the payroll, they would have to give up a 3rd-round pick and a 6th-round pick and forfeit $1 million of international signing bonus money to get him for 1 year. You sign him for 3, but you give Scott Boras the opt-outs? No, that's not good business sense. So that thing is stalled. The Giants are back in it, but the Giants are doing what everybody else is doing. We'll give you 3 years. Giants do have the budget space to go 30 per season. We'll give you 3 years, 90. We're not giving you an opt-out. Boras can't get an opt-out anybody. Did you think we'd be here almost to the last week of March and Blake Snell is not in anybody's camp? Jordan Montgomery's not in anybody's camp? Isn't that amazing?
It's incredible. I mean, I keep checking the news every day to see if anyone's getting a sniff here on Blake Snell. It's just really hard to believe. But isn't it interesting how on one side of the marketplace you got teams like giving Ohtani nearly $1 billion, and then other guys are signing for these insane contracts here in San Diego with Bogarts and Tatis. But for some reason, the owners sort of wised up when it came to Blake Snell.
Well, he's so skitterish.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw brilliance last summer from May 1st on, ERA of 1.23 from May 1st on in Major League Baseball. And we saw brilliance when he was dominant in Tampa, and he's won the Cy Young twice. But in between, that's a 5-inning pitcher who throws a lot of pitches, and you're going to give him a 7-year contract?
Right.
Or a 3-year contract? And then I'm going to give up high draft picks so he could take the money the first year and opt out. That if I were king, if I were general manager, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? How they're smart about it now. It seems like they weren't smart before. But I agree. It is a bit of a gamble. I think Snell still is going to have some good years. I don't think it's going to be as rocky as it was in the rearview mirror. But isn't it also interesting that the teams that he is most likely to go to are the ones that are up against the cap, have the luxury tax problems like the Yankees and Astros, and those additional penalties are really a thorn in the side of those owners.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize how complex the collective bargaining agreement luxury tax program is. If you go over the tax the first time, that's okay. Do it a second time, you pay a minimum tax. If you do it a 3rd year in a row, you pay a mega tax. And if you're like some of the people, like the New York Mets owner, Steve Cohen, who've gone into a 4th level, another solar system, your tax is like 130, 150% of the contract you gave Blake Snell. You can't do that.
Yeah.
That's the gripe with the Yankees. And the Yankees, they need him, but if they sign him to a $30 million deal, their tax is $33 million. That's a $63 million investment for the first year for Blake Snell. And it'll be that same amount going forward. That's too much money.
And then he gets to opt out after the first year, and you've lost all those other penalties, like the draft picks and the international pool money. It's just bizarre how we're this far into it. And then other guys like Tommy Pham, he hasn't landed anywhere. There's a number of other, good names out there.
JD Martinez, but those guys have got veteran age on them. Tommy Pham has not been a dominant player. He's had a hot spot year here and there.
Yeah.
JD Martinez is okay, but he's a one-dimension guy, bat in hand, designated hitter. That's it. And these guys are asking for, in Martinez's case, 2 years, $30 million for a DH, age 36.
But do you think maybe those guys are going to announce their retirement because they're realizing no one's going to sign them?
Nah, they'll wait for somebody else to break down, but they won't get the money they thought they were going to get. So that's where we are. Major League Baseball. Anybody's a Snellzilla fan, jump on board in Fans Forum. Want to hear what you got to say.